So welcome to our AI Power Hour for business owners today. As I say, our second session. In these sessions, it's really aimed to be business focused on AI tools and training, be practical, hands-on. Hopefully you received the note. We will be, hopefully with time permitting, which should be the case, we'll be working with your AI tool of choice. So whether it be ChatGPT, a model of choice rather, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Copilot, or any of the others, we'll be kind of working with a particular prompt so that you can spend some time working on your business, because as business owners, we're always working in our business, and using AI for that purpose. Now, there's a lot of stuff in the news at the moment around the uptake of AI for small businesses, the uptake of AI for employees, the importance of having a value in the market in order to be able to work with AI. If you don't use AI now, it's actually becoming to your detriment. So our intention and our passion really is to help you increase your productivity, increase your proficiency as far as AI is concerned. Right. Pop up. I'm going to try and get rid of it. Right. Okay. So the question is, how do you use AI in your business at the moment? There you go. And how proficient are you with AI? Just pop in the chat whether you use it for, so 0 if you use it for question and answer prompts, 1 if you're using structured prompts for a single task, 2 if you're using, a 9 multi-step prompts, and 3 if you're using prompts that workflows that cross-function, cross-system. So workflow automations. Right. We've got a 9 in the house, which is amazing. 1, 2.
Very nice.
Cool. I use a lot and every day. That's good to hear. A 1. Excellent. A 0, 2. A nice cross section here. 2. Lovely. All of them. Excellent. All right. So we've got a nice cross section of use of AI in the room. So that gives us an idea of how to pitch what we're going to talk about today. Thank you. Right. Very briefly, my name's Karen Chung. I'm from the UK. And we have Maya. Maya's from Toronto, and we work together, spanning the globe, I suppose, as it were. And we work as AI consultants, helping businesses to leverage AI and grow, save time, save money, improve productivity, all of that good stuff. But we're not going to talk much about us because this is really a session where we want to give value to you. So in the next 45 minutes, Maya's going to show us how we can create a $5,000 website in just 10 minutes. We'll talk briefly about AI prompting and then have a little hands-on session where we'll feed a prompt to you, and we'll start working with that and kind of tailoring that for you. And then we'll go to Q&A.
I'm going to give you a disclaimer right up front, because I saw there were a couple of people who said all of them, and 9 using a lot every day is 6. So what I'm going to show you just now about the website may not be news to some of you, but I hope some of you will find this extremely useful. And Karen, I'm going to try and share, replace the current share. Share my screen. Go. I'm going to use this one, something called Lovable. And it is a no-code tool that actually lets you just describe what you're doing. Just give me a second. I need to get rid of the floating controls, which always annoy me. Okay, so I'm going to go for a very simple site today. I run a bakery. Oh. Sweetest concepts. We focus on custom-made cakes and cupcakes. I clearly can't spell today. Please create a website that showcases our products and allows people to place an order, including type of cake, flavor, and date desired. Yeah, so that's all I'm saying. Just super simple. How long do you think that kind of a website would take somebody to make if you were to get an agency to create it for you?
And how much would it cost?
And how much would it cost? Yeah, so I'm just going to hit enter and let it go do its thing. Just going to set up a bigger font so you can all see what it's doing. 6 weeks, 2K. 2K is actually on the low side, but yes, that sounds like a good starting point. The reality is web design, even now, with AI in the picture, is still costing thousands of dollars. So it's kind of fun to see options like this where, it's telling you. He's drawing inspiration from Milk Bar and Magnolia Bakery, beautiful product photography, intuitive ordering process. Pinks, creams, and browns sounds perfect for a cake shop. And while it's doing all this, let's go take a look. I've shared my whole screen, I think, so you should be able to see. This is another one I created a while ago with just a coaching site for business coaches. I'm pretending here that I help businesses increase their revenue by 30%, build systems, and all of these, like they take minutes to create, right? I mean, obviously, I'm not John Smith, but look, I've got 50. Ooh, that was fun. It wiggled. Did not notice. And this is what you'd expect in a website, right? And you don't have to pay for these. Well, you do have to pay. Lovable is not free. To actually put it live with your own custom domain, you do need to pay a fee, but $25 a month, totally worth it. What else have I got? Oh, we did a tools showcase, and this time we made a project management dashboard. So if you wanted tools to use within your business and you didn't want to pay for some pre-done tool, you don't want to use Salesforce, for example, you want to build your own CRM, you can do that in here. This project management tool, I can say new project. I can give it a project name. Yes, let's do website design. Why not? Project description. Create a website for John's car wash. Yeah, think of a local business. Status is active, completed. I mean, this is what you would assign. Okay. And let's say it's due by the end of the month. Now, we've just proven that we don't actually need that much time. Did I remember to update this? Of course not. Okay. I probably did not publish the update, so let's publish. No, that's not what I do. When you publish, you actually click update if you've already published. If it was the first time I was publishing, it would say publish down here. As you can see, it's thinking some more. Let's go back and see how it's done on the bakery. Still going. And I get impatient. So notice down here, there's a little chat box. Like you can actually chat with it while it's working. I tend to be impatient. I'm like that little kid. Okay, it's not going to respond to me because it is still working. Fine, be that way. See if I care. Okay, so that one published. Now if I click on publish and just click on the link, it should take me to the updated version. Add a new project, website design, create a website. Oh, John's Car Wash. Touchless car wash. And 24/7. Active, pick a date, the 30th. Fine, create the project. Are you going to show up? There, look at it. It even showed up. So far, obviously, now, as you can see, it doesn't have a whole lot of stuff in here. And look at that. When I click, it says project not found. So here's the magic. Hello. When I click the newly added project, I get an empty page opening, and the message says project not found. So this is how easy it is to debug. Yeah. Let's see what it says. I will fix the issue where it shows project not found. Okay. So again, how easy was that? Super simple? I thought so. Well, this is slow. I do not have patience. What can I say?
Much faster than a developer could code it, though, Maya.
That's true. I actually have a degree in computer science, a master's, and I could not write code this fast at all. So, full disclosure here. So, it is in the middle of doing its thing, okay? And I'm already trying to click publish because I'm just that impatient. Look at that. There's a little baby site.
Yeah.
We've published. Let's go look and see what it looks like. I hope someone timed me. Well, thank you. That was useful. Okay, this is what happens if you publish before it's done, all right? Maybe I won't publish yet, but this is what it's going to look like. That's a very pretty site. Man, I'm getting hungry. 3:30 in the afternoon, no, almost 4 in the afternoon, and I haven't had lunch yet, so. Okay, it says, it's telling me I will need some GitHub, blah, 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 beautiful bakery site. All right. Let's see, are you done yet? And let's try publishing again. Since I already published, I can just hit update this time. The site is ready to use. You can view it in the preview section. Okay, I do need to make this bigger so people can read it. Complete and fully functional. Do we believe that? Let's look. I might have broken something by doing that earlier. No, look at that. Super simple site. Okay, one thing's broken. But that again, as we know, can be an easy fix. What happens if I click one of these? Nothing. Order now. Ordering process, fill out the form. If I was a bakery owner and my web designer gave me this the day after I placed the order, I think I would be extremely happy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's so impressive given that it's only literally a few minutes.
And we
With
sat
a
and what?
fairly simple prompt and it's come up with something so impressive looking. It may not be fully functional
Why?
yet, but
Because I'm a whiner. Okay. I tend to get overly dramatic. So let's see what it's doing. Man, that is such a pretty picture. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to go back and look at the project. dashboard. I've updated the project to store now. When you create a new project, the detail page will show it. Okay. Let's click publish update. And you notice this is actually saying .lovable.app. That's because I'm using just a free version. I haven't paid a penny for this. That's it. That's just it. Okay, let's create a new project. Yet again, let's do that website design for it, a website for John's car wash, touchless car wash 24/7. Yeah. And again, I'm going to pick, this time I'm bringing in the date because as you can see, it's something that takes minutes. Here's John's car wash. We've got this right here. I'm going to click on it. Ta-da! And step by step. So right now I can't actually, I don't have buttons that say, I'm doing, I've moved it to in progress. I've actually started work. But this is something you can do over time, right? You can build it up, go back and say, okay, now it needs this, now it needs that. And it's that simple. How do
So
I
in essence,
a
so
project
this
to
program is
team
really your developer, isn't it, Maya?
Yep,
Whatever idea you have in mind, you could create it.
to update the project as we make progress. So this is it. I mean, we're just talking back and forth. This is like having a really good developer who believes in that whole agile process where, you give it a requirement, you give them a requirement, they do a proof of concept, they will go away for a couple of weeks, they come back with what they've got. You look at it, you go, okay, this is good, this needs to change, I need this extra functionality. And yeah, it's working, it's working. And in the meantime, the red velvet cake has a URL that might be broken. Okay, so let's go see if our, nope, I need to first update. Don't get excited. And I promise I'll stop talking soon and Karen can show you real stuff.
You're showing something really amazing, Maya. You've got a developer in your pocket here.
Yeah, and this is so embarrassing. I am a developer. I cannot do this fast. Well, now
Yeah.
only my red
Well,
velvet cake has a very pretty cake on it.
and basically, think about any application that you might be interested in creating, any tool that you might be interested in creating that requires a developer. This is showing you how simple it is now to create tools and make them specific to your needs. Just
Yeah,
have to talk to it and it will create it.
yeah. And by the way, for this bakery, for example, I just told it a bakery and gave it a name. But you can actually upload, your brand document that says, these are my colors, this is my actual address, because if you notice, it thinks your address is 123 Bakery Street in California. I somehow don't think that's a real address, and neither is this form accurate. So, it does the best it can, but like all AI, it's only going to do, it's going to, okay, AI, in my opinion, is like a small child. You tell it what you want, but if you're not clear, it will misunderstand. Sometimes the misunderstanding is deliberate. If you tell a child not to throw something in that corner, they'll probably throw it in the other corner. That's not quite, AI is not quite that bad, but it's just trying to please us. So
Mm.
it's creating what it thinks is good. And you know what? It does an excellent job. It does a brilliant job, even as a first, what do you call it? First attempt. First attempt. That's the word I was looking for. And again, going back to my coach thingy, super simple site. That's what most people need, right? These days, they don't want fancy sites with 20 pages in there. Just a simple site, a few testimonials. What results can I get you? What's my what's my selling point? What do I have that's unique? Why should you trust me? And that's it. If you want to actually, free consultation, it can probably do, but if you want to take payments, if you want a custom domain, you will need to go pay. And the pricing is what? There we go. $25 a month for 100 credits. Now, right now I'm using the free tier, right? Which is what?
I think you
5
said 6. Yeah,
credits.
5. Yeah.
With 5 credits. I've got a full website built for that Sweetest Creations thingy.
Jack is asking, Maya, what are your thoughts on the scalability and sustainability of Lovable? Or is its use case limited to creating proof of concept stroke an MPV, minimum viable product?
I think right now I would use it. If it's a simple website like this, I would use it end to end, no problem. If I was doing something more complicated, if you had, I've seen some, actually, let's go take a look. If we look at Lovable, some of their product showcases are really amazing. They've got like trading things in there. For those, I would actually think I'd want a real programmer to take a look at the code. Yeah, because building quick and dirty is good, but you also, like you said, need it to be scalable, need it to be, refactorable if you need to expand it. Debugging again helps if things are written well. The one thing I do not like about Lovable, there is not, at least I've not yet found, a search function. So I can't just say go find what. Ooh, look at that. You can get a fancy password generator. Nice. Okay, I think.
So I can't pronounce your Nyazik was just asking, can you add your own domain to Lovable?
Yes, you can.
You
If you
can.
pay. If you pay your $25 a month, you can.
Yeah. So in essence, this is am I showing you a website and how quick and easy it is. And the more information you put in, the more specific you are, the more it's going to align to specifically what you're looking for. And where it doesn't have an answer, it will fill in the gap. So it's kind of, in this case, it's chosen the color scheme, it's chosen the name, but not the name, the address and all that kind of stuff, because it doesn't have that information. But
Yeah.
really, all you need to do is be really specific about what you're asking of it, and it can then deliver what you're asking of it. If it doesn't know, it doesn't know, and it will make it up.
I believe you can export the code from this, Jack. So, it's not a challenge there at all. You can export the code, move it over, and go edit.
Because in essence, the AI is up there with the top coders, isn't it, Naya?
Well, at least with a beginner coder, for sure, because it clearly doesn't fill in all the gaps, but for a first attempt, it's bloody good. Sorry, I
Mm.
swear.
And you think about what you might want. Like I said, you've got we've shown you how you can create a project management tool, but you could create an internal tool that is specific to your business. As long as you direct it and give it the right instructions, it can build it for you, because it's in effect your developer.
And remember, Lovable is only on version 2 right now. ChatGPT on version 2 was a baby. Right now it's 4.5. I'm expecting Lovable, and there's another one called Bolt, which I've not used yet, but those are the two closely what's the
Comparable.
word for it? They're neck and neck. Yeah. Where
So
we change the code when it outgrows Lovable infrastructure. Bubble and Webflow. Haven't used Bubble and Webflow. Bubble is from Ryan Levesque, isn't it? Haven't used that. I'm assuming that those any web design software right now is trying to put AI into itself. So I've used Divi, they've added AI. I've used Groove, they've added AI. I've used High Level, they've added AI. So there's AI in every web design tool now. The thing I'm liking about this, I use High Level quite a bit and Groove, and both of them are, compared to this, super clunky. So it takes a long time to build out a site to look good, whereas this one comes out of the box with a pretty darn good looking site.
Well, it's really AI first, isn't it? This has been built up from the ground up using AI as opposed to other tools that are already out there.
And it's shamelessly copying. When it started, it told us it's going to go look at those websites for inspiration. So, and that's what a good programmer does anyway, right? You don't start from scratch. Maybe you have a UI designer who will go look at other things and decide what you want and put that in there.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a really, you could have a developer, a coder in your back pocket using Lovable. And
If
all
you
those
have an
tools.
agency, the other thing you can do is get a free version of Lovable, do a mock-up site like this, and say, by the way, if you want, a full-fledged site, pay up. So maybe then you take your $1,500 and pay 25 to Lovable and get a good site done.
Yeah, that's right. And also, if there are tools that you particularly would love in your business, in what you're doing, specifically tailored to you, you could build it. Just tell Lovable, be very precise what it is you want, and it can do it. Exactly. If you need to fix something, you don't need to have a development background to do it.
You saw what I was doing. I was literally just typing in and saying, hey, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, and Lovable goes off and fixes it. So Lovable can look at its own code. And Jack, yes, you can take the code elsewhere. I
Yeah.
haven't done it yet because I haven't needed to. I've only been playing with demo examples, but I've been reading the chatter, and they say yes, you can take the code.
Yeah.
There's also people who say that you have to completely refactor it and start from scratch, but then Lovable is not better than High Level. It's a completely different tool. You could use Lovable to build a beginner version of something like High Level. It's basically a builder. It's a coder. It
Yeah.
doesn't do
High
those
level
automation.
isn't a coder. It's not a developer. It already
High
has.
Level is a CRM,
Yes.
essentially, with a web front end and AI tools and all of that built in now. But it started out, I think, as a CRM, and it's excellent for that. And a funnel builder, I guess, now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Karen, we're running late already, and I've only finished my little demo, which was only supposed to take 15 minutes. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's interesting to see how quickly we can, you can build something like that, and I think it's really useful. Right, where
So if
are
you
we?
have a chatterbox like me, it takes half an hour to build a website. I suspect if you were just focused on doing the code, it would get faster. Lovable would get you your site by now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yep, if you could imagine, describe the site and then just let it do its thing. That's exactly what Maya's just shown you it can do.
Right. I was supposed to see the slide before, but I jumped right in. Sorry. You can skip to the next slide. So yeah, think about it. And oh, yes, we've got our code in there. If you don't mind using it, we will get a nice little, I think we get $2 if you subscribe. So Karen gets, I get $1. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
yay. But basically, if you use that link, it still costs you the same amount as if you went straight to the website. So it's not no skin off your nose in that respect.
Having said that, we are actually considering reaching out to Lovable and other tool makers to ask if they can cut us a deal, because we have, I think, between all of our groups, Karen will confirm, over 20,000 business owners in our meetup groups.
Oh yeah.
So, that's an audience that tool makers would be interested in. And we would then put that behind a paid community, I think, so that everybody can pay, like, you pay $10 or $20 and you get access to a bunch of tools for a year.
And one of the things we could put
10
in
or
there
20
is
per
high level.
month, that would be 100 or 200 per year. And for that, you will get a bunch of tools that we'll make arrangements with. So if you are interested in something like that, drop your email here and we'll add you to the list so we know, how many people have expressed interest, how many people would.
Actually, Maya, we'll drop a link in later for the actual our membership site, the free membership site.
Okay. For free membership. Okay.
And we'll put details in there.
What about a paid membership for tools?
Yeah,
but
we'll look at. We haven't got that set up yet, but yeah. Okay. So just moving on then, with any of these AI, whether it's an AI model or an AI tool, what you ask of it, the quality of what you put into it, reflects the quality of what you get out. Maya has built an amazing looking website, but there's a lot of information that she omitted because she's not building it for real here. If you put all the detail in there, then you would get all that detail coming out. If you had a color scheme, a brand, a type of voice, certain pictures you wanted to use, obviously your dress and contact details, everything and all the details. If you put that in there, Lovable would be able to do an amazing job. So the quality in leads to quality out, and that's the basic premise for any AI tool or model. And we're really passionate about helping business owners, helping anyone really, but business owners is where our heart is, around increasing AI proficiency, learning how to get the best result out of AI, and basically it means improving your ability to engineer prompts. Hang on, where am I now? So we are going to give you an opportunity to run a little prompt for your business. And this prompt, which we will give to you in a moment, is on this slide here. Now we're going to put a Google Doc in the chat in a moment, and in that doc you just need to copy and paste all of the colored text in that document into an AI model of your choice, be that ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Copilot, whichever one you tend to use. You just need a free account for this. You don't need a paid account. Literally copy and paste this prompt, and it will take you through helping you put together your vision, your mission, your aspirations for your business. Right, okay. So Maya has just literally put that in the shall I copy and paste and show everybody what they need to do? Right, so you've got a document there. In that document you will see colored text. Yep. Copy and paste everything that's read in that document. Like I'm just copying and pasting this text here, and I'm going to go into actually.
Karen,
yeah.
Can you go full screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, because the text is very hard to read right now. It's tiny, tiny, tiny.
Yeah, but they don't need to read the text at this point.
You're getting the document.
I can't copy and paste it if I'm in this screen.
Okay, sorry about that.
So basically, literally copy and paste the text, and literally put it into. I'm sorry, Maya. I'm going to have to, if I'm going to show it, I'm going to have to go into my other screen. Can you see my screen, or are you still seeing the presentation?
Seeing your screen, including the slides on the left.
Okay, so you're not seeing ChatGPT at the moment.
Right.
Okay, all right. I need to move over to my current screen. How do I do that? No, I've stopped sharing and change my sharing mode. Hang on, sorry. My entire window. Yeah. Okay, what do you see now? Do
Your
you see
screen,
ChatGPT? Yes, okay. So I've literally copied, and now I've literally pasting everything that was in that document into the text box here. Just literally copy, paste, press enter, and it will take me through. This is like quite a more complex workflow prompt. It'll take me through the process of, as a corporate strategy expert, this will take me through the process of crafting a roadmap for my business. So I literally, when you read the responses, answer the questions, don't click on any of these additional boxes, simply follow the text and move on with that conversation. So here it says it's given me some explanation of what it's about to do, that we're going to go through a roadmap, we're going to look at strategy, vision, goals, all that kind of thing, and it's asking me for the name of my business and the industry I operate in. So I'm just going to give it I'm going to say practical AI skills, and we offer AI training education for business owners. Okay. There, now it's having a conversation with me. It's going to take me through the next steps, what it's asking for. It's asking for, it needs my core vision for the business and my big measurable goals that I want to achieve in 3 to 10 years. And then I need to put that in here and then just let it keep answering the questions that it comes up with. And it will just help you put your business in the frame. Right. How's everybody getting on there? The more context you give an AI, the worst output. There's a balance, Jack, isn't it? It's a balance. You need to give it enough information for it to give you the answers you're looking for. But sometimes if you give too much, it can conflict and it doesn't really know what it's looking at. And if it's got too big an instruction, then it can sometimes forget what it was asked for right at the beginning. So it is a balance.
That actually is not going to be a problem too much longer, because if you've noticed, more and more of the LLMs are coming up with saying they're, increasing their context to X million tokens. Facebook did that first. Meta did that first with Llama.
Yeah.
So I think they're now limited
It's just
history.
like if you were to talk to somebody, a new member of staff, they need to have enough information to deliver do a good job for you. And AI is just exactly that. It's doing a job for you, but it can't do its job unless it has all the information it needs. So yes, you need to be succinct, but equally not so succinct that it doesn't have enough information to be able to give you what you need, and it's just making up stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like you saw with the bakery. I didn't tell it where the bakery was located. It made up a location. I didn't give it brand colors. It decided pink and cream and browns were good, which they were actually. So
it makes some good guesses, but it may not always be right. And that's where the hallucination comes in. Quality in, quality out. So how's everybody getting on here? Are you able to follow the prompts?
drop a 1 in the chat if it's not working for you, please. Yes, I know I'm counterintuitive. Okay, no one said 1, so clearly it's working for everyone. They're happily typing away. It takes time. That's one thing I found, Karen, when I was running this prompt. It takes time to chat with it and give it all the details it wants. Oh yeah,
Yes,
please.
Wally. Yes, just literally copy and paste it into your AI model and start working with that conversation. This hour is us sharing some information, sharing a prompt, but also you getting something out of it for your business. So we've got a prompt here where you can actually start to, pull these things together that often we don't have time to do. But also,
Just copy paste the red bits, not the black line at the top, just the red. Put that into your ChatGPT, hit enter. It will ask you questions like this, what's your core vision? What's the big measurable goals you want to achieve? I
yeah,
told it I did 500 clients in 3 years, and then it made me do math, or at least, give it an idea of how I was going to get there, which was very interesting. It wasn't telling me how to do it. It was asking me what my KPIs are. So,
yeah,
I had to say, okay, I'm going to talk to 400 businesses every quarter to get to 500 businesses in the end of 3 years. So,
yeah. It'll do the maths for you. But what we've done here is giving you an idea of what you can get out of the AI model, how you can prompt and get some really effective flows of step-by-step flows to give you a really quality output
and
for
I will
lots of different
remind you
reasons.
all that it's going to work much better if you give it a real business details. You can make up fiction, but if you're going to be using this, why not just give it the reality?
Right, Charlene, great. You're working through it. Perfect.
Ahmed got
Ahmed,
blank
uh,
you the
not a valid
comment.
command. Messages
Maybe
starting with.
music Poe doesn't like it.
Oh, I've not tried
Oops.
it in Poe.
I have not either.
The Poe has different AI models in it, hasn't it? You not put it straight into ChatGPT, for example.
Well, I tried it in Magi, which is similar to Poe in that it does multiple things, but clearly Magi interprets the slash slash differently.
Mm.
So Poe has used those as special characters. Okay.
Open
Do you want to
ChatGPT, yes,
then,
please.
alternatively, you could replace all the double slashes with something else, you know.
Yeah, it's probably easier just to go straight into ChatGPT. It's good to ask AI to build files that holds the mentioned detailed information. Yes, yes, exactly. You could.
And
I didn't see. Was it possible to upload a context file of a knowledge base into Lovable? Yes,
you can upload text, documents,
fantastic. Yeah. So
images, all kinds of things. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So so therefore,
If
the
you've
answer
got
to
small
that is
businesses near you,
Olo.
or your friends are running a small business, you should totally, ask them if they want a new website.
Yeah. Well, I think this is a tool that you can
So
build whatever you want, be it a
if you've
website,
got a
be it
side
anything.
hustle, if you've got a side hustle, use Lovable, build yourself a nice little website, pay the $25 a month. It's the best money you will pay because, the basics out of the box work so well.
Well, what about instead of, well, website is one thing, but also you could actually think of a tool that you struggle to
Yeah,
find that works for you at the moment. And
I,
actually,
I
the
think
problem you have is probably a problem other people have as well. So you could
I
build
think
that
I
tool.
saw I think I saw a tool that does e-commerce automations. So that would be nice too. Automatically responding to queries, tracking products. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Rahil, are you still using Magi?
I am. I love it.
I
I'm using
loves
it
it.
every day. Raheel stopped using it. I'm sure there was a reason. So I don't know what the reason was, but yes.
It's very good.
And I noticed
Good.
they finally did streamline their offerings. They now only have the individual and the team versions. You don't have 20 different choices in Magi.
The Magi is very good because they always update it and keep it really current, don't they? So as soon as new models are coming out, they're actually on it and you've got access to it,
I have
which
used to
is pretty
play too.
impressive.
Karen's more, focused on the business side. I'm the one who wants to go play. So, I use Magi for things like making images and videos and yeah, loads and loads of fun. By the way, if anyone wants to create, this is a bonus, not part of our talk. You did not hear this from me. If you want to make a fake account on LinkedIn, go into Magi and create faces in there. You can use those faces, and then you can train Flux Laura to actually use the image you created and make it, look like you're at a party, you're out in the fields, you're out at an office. So lots of fun.
Yeah, lots of fun.
AI detectors, well, I hate AI detectors because they look for patterns. The problem is AI was trained on normal people's writing, which means some of us write in the same kind of pattern that AI uses, you know? So it's hit or miss. We've had kids saying that their essays have been flagged as AI when they're not.
Yeah, that's what they say, Maya. I think a lot of kids are using AI now when they shouldn't be.
They should absolutely be. Schools should be encouraging it. We're going to have to agree to disagree. Okay.
No, I
Audience
agree.
participation for later is a brilliant idea.
Yeah,
Is everyone done?
I agree. In schools, I think they need to teach kids how to use it and to use it properly, because AI is becoming the future. Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. Okay, I'm just conscious of time now. So, is everybody happy with the way it's going? You may not have finished it completely, but you can go away and just carry on that conversation after our session. Is everybody okay with us moving on? Yeah. How did was it useful for you, that exercise? Did you get some value from that prompt?
And
Thanks,
again,
Mita. Good. Well, good.
okay,
Good.
a few.
That's great. That's great. That's good to know. Thanks, Carmen, as well. Right. Okay. So, I mean, we are always talking about how it's so important to learn now AI skills. We just saw that there was an internal memo that was sent out by the CEO of Fiverr. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Fiverr, but Fiverr is a global platform for freelancers. And Mika Kaufman, the CEO, sent a long memo to his staff, to his team, basically telling them that AI is coming after your job. Be very wary. And this is just a small snippet of that memo where he said, become a prompt engineer, because Google is dead. The large language models and generative AI are the new basics. And if you're not using them as experts, your value will decrease before you know what hit you. Pretty powerful words, actually. Pretty powerful words. He's saying in a matter of months, AI is coming for whatever you do. If it's a knowledge-based profession, AI will be touching your world. Please, this lecture for reference for us. So I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ahmed. So it's really important now to become really proficient with AI and to learn how to put, quite complex AI prompts and workflows together to keep yourself current. Okay. And even the CEO of Shopify has talked about how AI skills are now expected and required from all of his employees. They're mandatory. Jobs are going to be hard to come by without AI skills. And that's basically what everyone is saying. They're saying, so don't be left behind. And that's where we're at the moment. We really want to help businesses to become AI proficient, because not only do you need to in order to stay competitive and be able to produce the same kind of results that your competitors are going to be producing with AI, but also your team are going to need, if you've got a team, are going to need to be AI proficient. Across the board, AI is going to be filtering into every facet of life and work and business. So it's becoming a prerequisite to be AI proficient in both the business world and the professional world. And we have an offer for you to be, in effect, an AI black belt. Because, hang on, just talking about Shopify and Duolingo, they've equally sent out similar messages to the Fiverr CEO. The CEOs of these companies have basically said AI first. We're not going to spend any more money on anything unless it's proven that AI can't fulfill this particular requirement. So any knowledge-based work, for example, developers, Maya's just shown you Lovable.dev, and that in there you can create your own program, whatever it is you can dream of in your head, you can create it on the screen. A knowledge-based profession, business, is going to be heavily impacted by AI. So we're offering,
it's the trades, you know, unless they do a huge pivot to using robots and everything. I think it's the trades that are kind of safe at this point.
yes,
But
yes,
white collar jobs.
Yes. Yeah, but even if it's trades, and there's a lot that AI can do for trade businesses as well, and they're probably not those in the trades who are using AI will profit enormously as a consequence, because there's a lot of internal operational stuff, marketing stuff, all of that, work effort that's got to go in can be still covered in with AI. So our offer is an AI black belt training. You go through 8 progressive belts, certification along the way, and we're basically teaching you to use AI and build AI workflows using AI. And you go from a white belt through to a black belt. The white belt takes you right from the very beginning, looking at all the inputs and outputs that go in and can come out of AI, to the black belt, where you will be basically building workflows which go cross team, cross functional workflows, and moving into AI automation. And coming out of this, you get
full disclosure. This is a product from Simple Academy. We are consultants, AI consultants with Simple Academy, and this is the training we've both had to take. So yeah, this is where you learn to do these amazing prompts.
Yes. And what we're offering is not just the, you get the training comes from Simple, but in addition to that, we are offering our support. So our launch price for this is $899, and that gives you the training, all 8 black belts, and our support along the way. Because what we've realized is that there's a lot to the training, but actually, to put everything into perspective, and as we said, the context around everything is really important, and the support. People have questions, they need answers, all that kind of thing. We're there to help you and handhold you along the way. Maya, Maya's put the link in the chat if you're interested in having a look at that.
If you have questions about it, drop us an email and we'll be happy to get on a Zoom call with you one-on-one.
Yeah, because now AI is a new basic, as Mika Kaufman said. It's the future. Yeah. It's here now, and you really need to get on it. Whether whatever your walk in life is, if you're not jumping on AI as a business owner, then you are missing a trick, and actually it's going to be heavily to your detriment going forward. In addition, we're building out a membership site, a free membership site for business owners, where we'll share the replays and everything of these sessions, as well as tips and updates and news and all that kind of stuff. And if you are, we would love you to join us on that site. Have you got the link for that, Maya?
Oh, no.
You haven't.
I meant to pull that up. I'm so sorry. Yes, I am really terrible at this sort of thing.
Okay, so if you'd like to join us on our free membership site, we'd love to have you there. It's still early days, but as I say, it's free. We'll be dropping replays in there. We'll be putting more and more stuff in there. So we hope to see you in there.
There's our membership, our community site.
Yeah, thanks, Maya. So it's in the chat. The link is in the chat for that. Kamna says, if we take your course, what can we do with it? Is it for knowledge or sell? It's for knowledge. Okay. It's for you to learn these skills so that you become proficient, and you could then share these skills, or you need to use these skills because it's a currency now in the world, whether it's in your business or whether in the job market. It's becoming a prerequisite. I mean, Maya was just telling me today, Maya, you were talking about some guy going for a tech job.
Yeah. On Reddit, he applied for it. So he posted on Reddit that he'd been laid off a few months ago, and the first interview he got was a really good technical interview, great tech stack. He passed the first round, which was, a group of people, a panel interviewing him. Second was a code test, did great at that. The third and final round was an interview with the CEO. And CEO asked him, how do you use AI? And this guy said, well, I've tried using AI, but it comes up with very basic stuff, and I still have to go debug it. And, even if I'm using agents, it's not quite there yet. So I basically try to, I create great code on my own. After the interview, he basically, within 5 minutes, got an email from the CEO saying, thank you for your interest. We're going with someone else who is AI first. So, that must have been, it was shocking to this guy. And in the Reddit comments, it was hilarious. A bunch of people, like he had about 850 comments by the time I was looking at it. A bunch of people were saying things like, oh, this company will fold. The CEO doesn't know what he's talking about. But they're wrong, because if companies like Meta and Fiverr and, all the others, Duolingo, are going AI first, these are big companies. They know what they're doing. AI is helping even programmers. So, you can't go into a job interview now and say, try to be all aloof and, better than AI, because we're not. We're no longer better than AI, honestly, unfortunately. So show them instead how you're leveraging AI, and using tools like what you learn in the black belt is exactly how you do it. Also, I'm going to pivot that question a little bit. If you want to sell with it, do training courses, show people how to do it, or go into businesses near you and say, hey, if you would like to, streamline your processes or figure out how to get results quicker, I can train your whole team. I think you could make a few bucks if you did that.
AI skills now are really they're at a premium, but actually they're becoming fundamental. People are not recruiting for most jobs now, especially in the knowledge space, will not be recruiting and taking people on board if they haven't got any AI skills. I think that it's becoming a prerequisite, and that's really the fact. If you in your business are looking to recruit somebody, I would suggest, if it's a knowledge-based customer services in any way, then yes, you should recruit somebody who has AI skills. So this is not a nice to have anymore. This is a must. Because if you haven't got these skills, or you're not using it in your business, you're going to be falling behind rapidly, because AI is moving so quickly.
And by no means do you have to take training just from us.
Thanks,
There's
Jack.
plenty of people outside who are also selling this, but we're unique. We're so cute.
Actually, you know what? We do look at things in a slightly different way from most. we're not just going to teach you how to put in a simple prompt. We look at the results first, and certainly from a business perspective, the idea is it's business focused. So it's not just about the tool, it's not just about the technology, it's about what it can do for you. And that, I think, is really an important component.
Okay.
Lovely. That's great.
All right, I'm putting you
Thank
folks
you
on
very much. So we've got some other training coming up. We've got another AI structured prompting workshop coming up. When is it, Maya? On the 13th, did we say?
On the 13th, yeah.
We've got to put it up still, but it's planned for the 13th. We've got to plan one for the custom GPTs, which we touched on last AI Power Hour. We'll be holding some interesting AI accelerated and personalized learning for Lean Startup, Atomic Habits, and other really classic books. And we will have another AI Power Hour in a couple of weeks' time. So we do hope that you can come along. And if you join our membership site, which is free, we'll be putting everything up in there. If you can put the membership site back in the group, Maya, that will be great.
Yeah.
Please do join us, whether you want to do the black belt or you don't want to do the black belt. Please join us in the membership site, and we'll keep you posted on everything else that we're doing and sharing here. And I'm very conscious of time because we've
actually
run
not done too bad. We're only 6 minutes
over a bit. Appreciate some feedback from everybody. How was this session for you?
How did you feel the split between demo and training went? I'm wondering if I went too long on the demo. I kind of think I did. So if you got feedback, what else could we improve as well?
Yes. Has it been useful? Have you learned something that you didn't know before? Has it been helpful working a little bit on your business, using the workflow? The demo was valuable. There you go, Maya. It was useful. It was a valuable demo.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that in here. So here's the black belt offer again. For those of you that really want to take your AI proficiency up to the next level, we'll show you how to put together flows like the one you used today, and so much more.
Yeah. We'll put the recording up on YouTube, I think.
Yeah, we'll send the recording out to you guys, and we will, especially if you're in the membership site, you'll get to see everything as it's happening. So please join us there. Great to get a better idea of what can do exactly. This is the whole idea of these sessions, is really to help you open your eyes to the world of AI. That it's not just ask a question and get a little answer. There's so much more you can do with it, and I think there's a lot of stuff that people are not using it for. And if you feel like we're showing you something maybe that's a little different from what other people are showing you, and maybe we know a thing or two that other people are not that are not sharing, and we're very open. We're probably sharing too much most of the time, but yeah, join us on the AI Black Belt. There'll be so much more there for you to take on board, and you'll come away being very proficient in creating all of these things for yourself, and therefore for your business, and therefore for other people, and actually building a business out of it for yourself. So we are probably out of time here, but thank you very much for coming along. Yeah. If you have any other questions, we're happy to stay on for a few more minutes.
We actually did really well, Karen. We're only almost 10 minutes late today. Usually an hour, so well done.
We like chatting.
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Harriet. Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see. If you enjoyed this session, I'm going to be selfish and say, could you leave us a review on Meetup? Well, even if you didn't enjoy it, leave us a review so we know. And if you leave us a negative review, tell us why you're doing it, because I'm curious what we could improve, like I said. So feel free.
Excellent. Charlene, you've been using the prompt architect. That's brilliant. I'm glad you're enjoying that. And you like the samples on the website. Good. Yes, in our last our workshop on AI prompting, we shared a GPT that we've created called the Prompt Architect. So come along to the next session, or maybe we'll put it in our membership site as well, if you want to have a look at that. You just wrote an article about how important AI is. Exactly. Oh, so true, Carmen. So true. If any of you are interested in the black belt, if you have any questions, just reach out to us, ask them now, or reach out to us on email. We're happy to answer any questions that you have. We're just passionate about helping people kind of really keep themselves current, and build up your AI prowess, as it were. If there's no more questions, sorry.
Follow our YouTube channel, join our community, all the good things.
Yeah.
Pretend you like us.
That's it. So one more, put our community. Where's the community link? Let's put that in the chat again.
Yeah, we have so many links in there now, it's hard to find which link to go.
There you go. Join us on the community. We will put everything in the community. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. I'm glad you like those structured prompt guidelines. Yes, they are good. If you'd like to join us on our training, we would love to see you. If you want to join us in the community, we hope to see you there, and we hope to see you on subsequent trainings as well. Thank you very much for coming along today. We appreciate your feedback, and we look forward to catching up with you either inside the community on our training or at the next session. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you to all of you.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.